A small local museum is wondering what this is. Pencil for scale. We get suggestions of it being an overly fussy-looking guitar capo, or a tie bar, but the weird rubber stopper doesn't make sense for that. Someone also said it could be some sort of early hearing aid. Does anyone know what purpose it has? It's a 1950s purse and glove hanger. Here's a picture to see it in use. It was designed to be used for hanging up your purse and gloves on the table's edge while dining. What is this machine I found in an old barn I'm cleaning up? One bottle says ether, the other says suction, and the only label says Sklar Manufacturing Company. I found some info on the company, but nothing on what this thing does. It's definitely medical in nature, but there is a huge electric motor mounted in the middle, attached to an ether bottle. It's gotta be something cool. Any ideas about what this could be? It's an old anesthesia machine, used to administer anesthesia gases, such as ether, nitrous oxide, or oxygen, to keep patients unconscious and pain-free during surgery. These machines were common in hospitals and field medical settings from the 1930s through the 1960s. The machine's purpose is to supply a controlled mixture of oxygen, other gases, and anesthetic agents to a patient for unconsciousness and pain management during a medical procedure. What is this leather strip with steel hooks I found in an antique shop? Nobody knows what it is. It measures 2 inches in height, 5.5 inches in width, and 9 inches in depth. It has no visible writings, and it seems very old, probably 100 plus years old. Any ideas about its use? It's an antique tent pole strap from the turn of the last century. It hangs on the pole, creating hooks for hanging clothes. The strap has a corrugated rubber liner inside the leather to help grip the tent pole, and a steel wedge underneath the extending lantern hook to counterbalance the additional weight and prevent the strap from sliding. These were marketed not just to the military, but also for bathing and sporting tents. What is this strange device found from a retired coworker who used to be in aviation? The weight is approximately 20 pounds, with no moving parts. The other side is different, it's black, and the tubes are ceramic. What the heck is it? This is a cavity magnetron, likely from a radar unit or high-power microwave communication system. It's a high-power vacuum tube that converts direct current to high-frequency microwave radiation. It works by using crossed electric and magnetic fields to make electrons oscillate as they pass through a series of resonant cavities, which generates microwaves. The invention of the compact cavity magnetron by John Randall and Harry Boot at the University of Birmingham in 1940 was a game-changer for radar technology. Its ability to generate high-power microwaves at shorter wavelengths allowed for smaller, more efficient radar systems that could be used on aircraft and ships to detect targets like submarines. This was a key factor in the Allied victory, particularly in the Battle of the Atlantic. What is this bird clamp I found in my recently bought house? The previous owner worked with clocks and watches. About 6 inches long by 4 inches wide, and I think it's made of brass. Any information about it would be much appreciated. That's a mid-19th century sewing bird, designed for hand sewing. It was patented on February 15, 1853, by Charles Waterman of Meriden, Connecticut. It was clamped to the edge of a table, and it acted as a third hand, keeping the fabric taut as one sewed. By pressing the top and bottom tail together, it opens the beak, which allows the sewer to place the fabric in the beak, holding it securely while stitching a hem or seam. My mother-in-law found this wooden thing at Goodwill, and we have no idea what it is. There are 9 notches around the bottom. It doesn't have any markings, but the bottom hole appears to have clear glue, so it must have been glued to a pole of some sort. It's wooden with multiple layers of wood. Any idea what this oddly beautiful object is for? It's a 1960s Finnish-made bird napkin holder, missing the bottom base. It's made in the shape of a peacock. The napkins are placed in slats looking like tail feathers. I was visiting a friend in Wales, where I saw such a strange thing hanging on the wall. It has a chain and caged balls, and is made entirely of wood. Is this some kind of torture device? What could it be for? It's an elaborate love spoon, a traditional Welsh craft that dates back to the 17th century. It was decoratively carved and was traditionally presented as a gift of romantic intent. It was given to a young woman by her suitor to prove to her father that he was capable of woodworking and providing for the woman and their future family. The spoon is normally decorated with symbols of love and was intended to reflect the skill of the carver. Due to the intricate designs, love spoons are no longer used as functioning spoons and are now decorative craft items. What is this rusted metal disc found buried in a very old yard while landscaping? Approximately 12 inches in diameter, it weighs 10 pounds, with no apparent moving pieces or writing. I honestly don't know where to even begin in order to narrow down the search. Any idea what it's for and when it's from? It's a Model T magneto stator, the stationary part of the magneto, consisting of a set of coils attached to the back of the engine block. As the flywheel's V-shaped magnets spin past these coils, they induce an alternating current that provides the spark for the engine. What is this thing? Except for the base and the cuff on the top, which are metal, the entire thing is made of solid wood. It's 38 inches high, and the circumference is about 18 inches. There are no markings on it, except for a few scratches that seem to be from age. The base is a little loose, and we thought it could be used to mash something, but the base doesn't disconnect. The top cuff eventually wiggled enough that I found out the center is solid and not hollow like I presumed. The whole family is completely stumped. Someone said it's a martial arts training apparatus, and that makes sense. I know the distant relative it came from was in law enforcement. Does anyone know anything more? It's an antique Firefighter battering ram, manufactured in the late 1800s to assist in fire rescue and sometimes police raids. These were intended for use by two guys, and they were most often left to soak in a bucket of water to add additional weight, make the wood more fire retardant, and keep the iron bindings good and tight. What are these metal butterflies I found while metal detecting in southeast Missouri? One has a 1914 date on it. It looks like early wire wraps from a telephone company on the pole, or parts of a suspender clip maybe, or a part of a latch, maybe from a box or car. Any ideas? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.